we've got to get all these guys in. Now, these guys are done by sliding U techniques, and that's not going to be too hard. And the question is, are these rotated right? So if I put this here, I'm going to say yes, because this latches into here nicely. And, well, I assume so, but maybe not. We'll have to see. Okay, so the first thing to do is what belongs where. Does this belong up here? Okay, so this belongs here, so that's good. Now, let's see if I can calculate what might go where. I'm going to say that this short one might come over to here, or this belongs here. So let me see. Get lined up. And just like this. And just like this. Okay, does this belong down here? Wouldn't that be nice? 1, 2, and do we like it? No. It is not this one. Okay. I do feel like I'm missing something. Well, here's another possibility. Another possibility is I move this all the way around here. Oh, okay. I see the errors of my way. The errors of my way is I'm trying to make all these things match, and they don't. The only thing I should make match are these. So these all match, and that's it. That's all that's going to match. This is going to match, but these two don't. This has to come over to here, I believe. So to make that happen, to make this come over to here, I'm going to have to switch something out. Okay, yeah, therein lies the problem. Okay, I think what I'm going to have to do is this. I'm going to have to move this out. It'll become apparent why in a bit, but we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we turn this anyway, really. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to turn this to here. And then 1, 2, 1, 2. Turn this to here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Turn this to here. Ouch. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just to bring it back. Okay, so what was it that I did? Well, I took something out to put it back into here. Does this belong here? No, I don't think so. 1, 2. Okay, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the proper... Okay, I think I've been going about this wrong. So the only ones that are going to stand up are these. I need to find these two areas here, the ones that go into these two areas. And I thought that maybe this would go here. One of them does. So if I turn this over to here, move this 1, 2. Yeah, okay. I finally found one. So I'm going to move this into here. I just got to be careful what I'm going to be moving. This is going to be involved in the process. I don't want it to do that. So this needs to make it to here. And here's how I think I'm going to do that. This will come down to here. One, no, 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 no. This one. So, and it's got to make it to here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we're going to move it to here. Then 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to move it back to here. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then move this back down like so. 1, 2, 1, 2. And you move back. Okay. What did that do? Well, it didn't destroy this, and it did put this in. I just had to coordinate that. So this is in. Now I want to put this guy in. Just because it'll be easier to see. The only problem with putting this in is it's going to make it hard to do a lot of the turning that I want to do. So rather than that, let's start putting these guys in. This one is already in. So who belongs over here? Well, could it be this? I don't know. Let's check it out. I'll go 1, 2. And I see that this seems to... Ooh, does it? No, I thought it did. Doesn't. Oh, wait a minute. I was looking at the wrong thing. This. Alright, let's try that again. 1, 2. It's this. Now, does this belong here? And I'm going to say no. Want it to, but it doesn't. 1, 2. Bring that back. Okay, so what does belong here? Maybe it's this. It's possible. I have to turn this like so. Would it be at about the right place? It would. So this might actually end up here. Although it's hard to say. This might end up here also. Both are contenders. Anything else here that's a contender? Maybe this. Let me spin this around. Twirl this around. Boom. And then we'll go 1, 2, and yeah. As a matter of fact, this whole thing fits nicely. Okay. So both of these belong here. So if I move this here, this is going to end up participating. And I don't want that to happen because it's going to be carried away by it. Well, here's what I can do to salvage it. I could make this one participate. Okay. I have no choice. I have to do it like this. So we're going to go 1, 2. Thought I can put in 2 at the same time, but I can't. You'll find out in a second. 1, 2. Now the reason why I can't put the other one in is because I'm going to have to move it down in this layer. And I couldn't do it if I put the other one in because that's also in that layer, so it wasn't going to work. Let me see. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now this will come back. 1, 2, 1, 2, and this will come back here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, this is in, so that's good. And I should not have destroyed this, and I didn't. Now I can put this one in. But if I put this one in, this is going to participate, and oh, we don't care. So now we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. See if I can't move this while it's still in my head and I don't lose track of where I am. And Venus is aligned with Saturn. Okay, are you gonna move or are you gonna just think about it? I'm just gonna think about it. Snagged. By this. And by this. Okay. And turn. Now, unless I've completely lost track of what I was doing. Oh, there we go. And okay, I think it wants to turn. It's trying to turn. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, I hope I didn't lose track of everything that I was doing with all this snagging. But I think this had to come back up. And now this goes 1, 2, 1, 2. And this comes back down. 1, 2, 1, 2. And this comes up. Wow. Okay. So, we've got this whole thing in. We've got this whole thing in. This has yet to be done. And just so I don't lose track of the structure of the puzzle, this comes up over here. Okay. So, as you can see, there's a bunch to put in with all of these guys. I don't want to put this one in yet. That's going to be the last one that I do. But I have to figure out what goes along in here. Much of these are spoken for. I don't know that this belongs here. I'm going to say probably not. I will turn you here. And I'll go like, boom. Nothing here. Well, here. This likes this. Oh, but that's not really available to us. I'm looking for this guy. Yeah, this. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be moved. And this is going to be involved in it. Do I want it involved in it? Do I care? And no, I don't think I do. Okay, let's just see what happens. So we're going to go... Well, where's that going to go when I turn it? This is going to go up here. So I'm going to actually have to turn it to here, which means this is going to participate and we don't care. Okay. So 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, and then we're going to move this to here and go 1, 2, 1, 2. Then this is going to come back. I says back to here and go 1, 2, 1, 2. And this will come back to here and 1, 2, 1, 2. And I always move this back. Okay, let's move this back here too so I don't lose the structure of the puzzle as we're getting closer and closer. So I put this one in. That's good. And I know this one doesn't belong, and I know it's not here, so it's got to be up here somewhere. And I'm not moving a whole lot in here, but I got a sneaking suspicion, just a suspicion, that both of these belong here. And they do. Now, can I comfortably move both of those pieces in? Wouldn't that be nice? Well, if I do that, I would have to let's see. These are in. If I do that, I'd have to move this out, and that's not in anyway, so we don't care. Okay, so I'm going to move these two here, turn and turn. Then I'm going to move this down to the side, like so, and go turn, turn. Then I'm going to move this back, like thus, and move these two, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then I'm going to move this back here and just move this side, 1, 2, 1, 2. And this moves back. Okay, so this whole thing is in now, this whole thing is in, and this whole thing is in. That might not have been what I wanted to do quite yet, because, well, let's see. I like all of these here. I was going to say, why does this not match? Could this be wrong? I don't think so. I just think this is the wrong one. Okay, so we have a little bit of a dilemma here, and that dilemma is these are all out, and these are all in. So what I have to do is I have to start some coordination here. I'm going to put this into ghost position here for a second. Yeah, this doesn't belong. This somehow has to juxtapose with this, and I have a suspicion which one it is. Okay, the one that I suspect boom. The one that I suspect goes here is going to be this, because it's going to juxtapose with that. So what I need to do is I need to move this in. I can do that by putting this to here, this to here, and this to here. Better yet, okay, I'm going to have to do a sacrificial lamb. I didn't mean, and I shouldn't have put all these in quite yet. But this will go here, this will go here, and this will slide here if I do this right. So we're going to do, oops, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so far so good. I'm going to move this to here, and then the middle one goes up. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then this goes back down, I think, like so. Then 1, 2, 1, 2. This goes back up, if I can, and 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to move this back just so I can keep my perspective about me. Boom. Everything is in. This was taken out, but this was put in. That was my plan. So anyway, this is roughly about where we're at right here. And see this big guy poking out here? It doesn't really belong there, does it? It belongs more like over here. So as I look at this, I'm seeing that although these might belong, this actually belongs here. And I would say that we probably have to exchange them. Now, I don't know if this belongs here or not. Well, yeah, it's hard to say where it belongs because I just assume that it belongs here. Although this might belong here, maybe it belongs here. It's hard to say, but I know it does not belong here. And this doesn't really belong here either. It probably belongs up here somewhere. So this is a situation like this, and again, the way that this would work is, let's say I want to move this to here. So I'd move that down, move it across, and go ahead and exchange it. To U, to R, but this is a deep to F, then to U, and to F, to R, to U, to F. It exchanged it, but I have to move this to bring this back in line, and then we can move this like so. But again, it exchanged this with this, so I've got to bring it back, because remember I turned it, now I got to turn it back to get this back. To U, to R, to F, to U, to F, to R, to U, to F. Now I can move this back, but it did things to here, it exchanged these guys, and that's a quick cure after you bring it back. To U, to R, to F, to U, to F, to R, to U. So that will, in effect, bring these sort of in the right place, but these are still wrong. So, as such, I have to figure out what needs to move where. What needs to go where. So, that's difficult. So where does this go? My thinking is it makes sense that it would go here, but I'd like to know if it combines with any of these guys here. So it's hard to say. Well, if I've established this goes here, if I move this here, it's not going to fit perfectly because it may be ghosting there, but I think this does go here. Okay, so my thinking is that this goes to here. Alright, so I'm just going to see where things shake out, because I know it belongs here. So I'm going to move this down to here, so that this is opposite. Now I got to keep my wits about me here. And I'm going to move this here, 1, 2. Okay, now I'm going to orchestrate that exchange in the same way that you saw me do. I got to just make sure that I understand the pattern of what I'm doing. So that's to U, to R, and my 2F is deep over here, 2F, and then to U, and then a deep 2F, to R, gads what a beast, and to U. Okay, now very quickly, without getting too much interpretation, I'm going to move this over like so. Like so. And now this had to move. Where does it move? I believe it moves right over here. No, it moves up. Oh, I gotta remember which direction I moved it. Yeah, so I believe it moves up like so. I think, yeah. Okay, now immediately what I need to do I think that's where it went. Well, in any case, unless it didn't go that way, I think it did though. It's either that or 1, 2, 1, 2. Does this look better? No, I don't think so. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I think it's this. Okay, now immediately what I need to do is I caused an exchange of this with this. So I gotta turn this back here. Make sure I'm totally aligned or I will get totally lost. There we go. 1, 2. Now, we do the same thing, but I gotta flip these two. To U, to R, and now my F is just here, to F, to U, and to F, to R, to U, and to F. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Okay. Gonna move this to here. And move this back. Okay, now we see what kind of a mess we made. And we can see that we moved a couple things in. However, we have these guys that are now off kilter, and we've got to move them back. I kind of suspect that there's a move that I did not make that I needed to make. And I believe that might have been a 2F. So I neglected to do one part of the algorithm, so now I'm in a position where I have to get these guys back. And that's going to take a little bit of doing and a little bit of thought, but there's a 2F that I neglected to do, which although didn't cause a complete re-scramble, it did leave me lacking with these guys, but that's just a matter of getting them back in. So what I'm going to do, by way of damage control, is I have to see which one of these is still in and which one of these are not. So as punishment for my recklessness, I have to re-get these in because I forgot to do a 2F.